Good afternoon. My name is Weston Jablonowski, and I'm going to be explaining my new entrepreneurship that has to do with retailing. I'm going to start off by saying that my title, it's named Weston Toys, Coffee, and More. I know it's kind of corny, but I think you get the gist of it. And what we sell is just simple products that have to do with retailing, goods that people use pretty pretty easily and quite quick. That they throw them away really fast, and they buy them brand new the next week when they go grocery shopping. And we sell candy, coffee, cantina. I know I'm going to get to it in a second. I'm going to explain it more thoroughly. Baby and toddler supplies when it comes to parents coming in. It's going to be a small store. And we're going to go with toys as well. Toys for babies and toddlers to play with. They're still retail goods because they're used pretty easily and they're small and they consume them quite quickly. Toddlers and babies do, anyways. And here's the parent scenario about my company. They walk in, to the right is going to be all the shelves when it comes to baby toddler supplies and toys. Now, these are for families, not really single people only. The target market will definitely be it will be families with young infants or toddlers about the age of, I don't know, when you go from 3 to 8, somewhere in that area. And that's going to be the strategy. They're going to buy their goods that they need for their toddlers or their kids. Then they're going to see some coffee. That's going to be just an eye catcher, I guess, for the most part. And they're going to see the coffee. They're going to go. They're going to buy the coffee. I'm trying to think of it's it's a product that catches your attention. I just got tested over this. I know I should know this type of product. It's it's something that really catches your eye really easily because they're thirsty. They're thirsty in the morning and they need to drop their kids off at the daycare. So I think that'll be a good combination of attraction where they can get their coffee. They don't have to go into Starbucks and go to a separate store to get their goods. It's a two-in-one deal. And the strategy that I'm going to be using is odd even pricing when it comes to pricing my goods or my products and etc. To where, for instance, you have, I guess, baby powder that's priced at $1.99. They still think, wow, it's at a total of one. It's just still in the $1 range. I'm still going to buy it, and that's a good strategy that I'm going to use when it comes down to it. And I'm talking about the imports where we get our specific goods. Was it our artisan goods? Yes, and we get them from China and Brazil. We get the toys and the products of baby and toddler supplies from China. They make them handmade, which is obviously an artisan good, and they ship them all the way over to America to our small little store. And where we get our coffee from is simply in Brazil, where they grow coffee beans, and we'll make a deal there overseas offshoring. And now I'm going to talk about the retailer phase, the continued cycle, and the entry phase. I'm going to start off with that one. We're going to start with a low amount of employees. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves until we have to employ a good amount of people, and then we end up going broke. That won't be a good idea as well. And obviously, it's going to be low prices because they're going to be non-durable goods that you can use up really quickly, which that pretty much settles it. And then, now I'm going to go to the second phase of the retailing cycle. That's going to be the trade up phase, where if we start to be a little bit more successful and the word around town is the the families with toddlers and infants in suburban areas end up coming through, and they talk about it at their parties and their get-togethers that's a good combination to get your baby products and a cup of coffee in the morning at the same time, and we increase our total premiums. It will have more room. We'll have more money to build another room, a storage place, or a place that parents can shop around and get more products. We'll have more products shipped in as well because we'll have more money. We'll be able to afford to. and better quality coffee, of course. We'll make better deals with certain companies in Brazil that come over and give us some business. Now I'm going to go into the last phase. This is where kind of the dream phase goes, that everyone wants to achieve, to where it's success for their business or their company in their entrepreneurship, which goes to, we develop big super centers to where, all right, now we have a huge coffee company, maybe even a restaurant inside, kind of like Costco, where you can get some pretzels or some cinnamon sticks. And then there's going to be all these baby products and toddler products and toys, but in large quantities and good quality, because once again, we're able to afford it. We're pretty wealthy at this point. We're also going to start increasing our chains, not just staying in one state. We're going to expand and then maybe have more people in charge of certain parts of our franchise that we'll move on to. And now, why is this wheel of retailing strategy so beneficial? Well, you can't go in with a big risk. For instance, if I want to start a huge super center and the success doesn't go off really well, and at high prices that that can't afford, and we spend so much money on spacing and products that our break-even point doesn't doesn't reach over, then we'll have some problems. We might file bankruptcy, and our break-even analysis won't have a good result to it, and we'll probably end up, like I said, going broke and having to start somewhere new. And also, if you start out big, you're most likely going to take a huge loan out that you possibly can't afford to pay back if your company goes out of business. So small loans starting off at an entry phase is very beneficial to you, and slowly working your way up, which is why the wheel of retailing is very beneficial. That is officially my presentation. Thank you for listening.